Hutson Mason joins us to talk about the dog football.
I'm going to be honest. Daylight savings is stupid.
It actually is.
I agree with that. As Hutson Mason, former Georgia quarterback and lifetime member of the locker room, joins us here on the Fan 680 93.7 FM. Good morning, Hutson Mason. I know you are locked in to see what the offense, what Mike Bobo was going to be calling, and how Gunner.
Come on, Bobo, run the ball.
Stockton operated the offense.
That's my favorite take of yours I've ever heard.
Well, you know what I was thinking about this weekend? I was thinking about a lot. A lot goes on up here. Quiet thoughts, loud brain. That's what I like to say. I was thinking, they made those hats this offseason for Georgia fans that say run the ball. Mm-hmm. They should run the ball, Bobo. They should make hats that say catch the ball from last year.
Yeah.
Going into this year.
What you did there.
It wasn't supposed to necessarily be funny, but it was more like, coming into this year, like, are we going to catch the ball better?
Well, they ran the ball terrible last year, too. It was like 70 yards less than the previous two seasons.
We catched the ball very terribly last year, too.
Very true.
Well, you look right off the rip. The first thing I was looking for, don't go into the half, leaving points out on the field. The offense not doing what it was supposed to, or else here you come again, Mike Bobo. But no, third down conversions, fourth down conversions for touchdowns. And Gunner Stockton, there was heat around him early, and he made the right decisions, and with his legs able to get into the end zone multiple times.
The down of the day was fourth down for the offense. A couple big fourth down conversions. The first drive, Gunner pulls it on a zone read and takes it to the house. So I think one of the themes I have from this weekend, or one of the takeaways amongst all of really the games, and this applies to Georgia too, is the year of like the mobile quarterbacks. Like you sitting there watching Thursday night with Georgia Tech and Haynes King, you're watching Auburn and Baylor and mobile quarterbacks.
Right.
I mean, Haynes King put Tech on his back, and they asked him to run the ball 20 times. And so I've been saying this, and it's kind of cool to see. I think it's going to be good for Georgia, especially the past couple of years where they haven't had a true number one in the backfield. Is the quarterback's legs could make a huge difference this year for Georgia's offense. It's going to make obviously the offense harder to defend, but I think it'll help in the pass protection. There's going to be times where maybe that pocket collapses and Gunner just has the athleticism to get out of it. So I've been kind of screaming for this. It feels like everybody in college football has been a little bit ahead of us as Georgia fans with mobile quarterbacks. And I've watched these teams play Georgia the past couple of years, and not a lot of teams have beaten Georgia, but the ones that have had mobile quarterbacks. And so I think there's still a lot kind of unknown with Georgia in general, but their offense. But I do think the one thing I feel pretty excited about is this new element or wrinkle with Mike Bobo's offense that could be the quarterback's legs.
No doubt. And you got to take advantage of it. They had 2 fourth downs on the first 2 possessions, one at the 31-yard line of Marshall, one at the 13-yard line of Marshall. And I was wondering to myself, one was 4th and 2, one was 4th and 1. In different games against different teams, do you kick the field goal and take the points? Or because it's Marshall and you think you can move him around a little bit, that's why you do this?
I think so, right? I mean,
if that's LSU, you're kicking a field goal.
Yeah. I mean, in 2 weeks against Tennessee, 4th and 2, is Kirby going to go for it? Probably depends on where it is on the field.
13-yard line, 4th and 2 against Tennessee.
You're taking on the road, you're taking the points.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of analytics.
But it's good to be able to do this. That's why I kind of like playing Marshalls and playing Austin Peay first, so you can get some of this stuff out of the way. The upside is that it feels more like a preseason game, right? And you get to kind of learn on the job. The downside is you're expected to perform really well, and if you don't, it's like all risk but no reward, really.
Right.
And so going into Tennessee in 2 weeks, I mean, I'm not going to know. I don't know anybody's really going to know who Georgia is. And you probably feel the same thing about Tennessee.
Well,
maybe
Tennessee
a little bit more since they played Syracuse.
Right.
But I don't know what that line's going to be.
Did you see the 2 Syracuse kids go down at the same time? They got a signal from the sideline, both in eyesight. It was like a linebacker and a safety. And they both got the same signal from the sideline. And they both dropped to the ground right away. And the guy was behind the other player, looking at the sideline, got up real quick because he saw.
Oh, no, you're supposed to go down. I thought I was supposed to go down. No, he said you go down.
I mean, blatant ridiculousness that they're trying to get rid of.
They called it out on the broadcast, too. We brought it up earlier, Hudson. Linemen, how does that make you feel to have a couple of them go down this weekend for OU? I mean, how does that change things for them now in the next couple weeks?
Well, last year the depth on the offensive line was a big problem, and so I think it does make you probably sleep a little more uneasy at night if you're a Georgia fan and Kirby Smart, because they lost 3 guys at the draft last year, so they're already replacing some dudes up front, and now two guys kind of banged up in week one. So this is a part of that attrition that everybody's going to go through. It feels like the offensive line has been the position that's been plagued by it the last year and a half for Georgia. But, hopefully it's nothing serious. But it's like, you almost come to expect it. The injury bug for every team feels like it's going to hit you. It just is a matter of what position. And This is where Georgia has been able to kind of they've been able to overcome it with the depth and stuff the past couple years. Now with the portal and things, they're just probably not as deep as they used to be when the transfer portal and things like that weren't.
Just to update, Juan Gaston and Ernest Green both left the game with injuries.
I know we talked a lot about Georgia, and we will all the time that we have you on, but such a big weekend with 3 top 10 matchups. Give me your overall thoughts on what you saw with Ohio State, Texas, Miami, Notre Dame, and LSU, Clemson.
So Ohio State, Texas, obviously the most popular thing to do right now is Arch Manning, the punching bag, right? I think you look at the rest of their schedule, and it's so easy to just be hot and bothered because the hype didn't match the resume.
No.
It never did with Arch Manning coming into the year. The guy hadn't even started on the road, let alone he's going into Ohio State. I mean, he's a Heisman favorite. Give me a break. Guy hadn't even had a full-time start really barely in his career. And so whether that be Vegas, whether that be some of the people in the media, the hype never matched the tape.
It's the name on the back of the jersey.
Yeah. And so, but when you look at the rest of their schedule, guys, I mean, they don't have another game until October. Like they play UTEP, they play Sam Houston State, and so
the next game is Florida.
Yeah, even their SEC schedule is really not that tough. They're going to get Georgia, they're going to get A&M at the end of the year, but it certainly isn't as tough as some other people. Yeah, so it's easy right now to say, hey, this kid stinks, he's overrated. Did he play great? No. But he's on the road. They're on the road against Ohio State. He's going up against an NFL defensive coordinator in Matt Patricia. They lost by 7. For him, I think he's just going to kind of be living in his own little world. He's going to have to because a lot of people are doubting him. A lot of people are doubting Steve Sarkisian. But I think we're going to look up in 3 or 4 weeks and this narrative and this reaction about Arch Manning's going to be kind of gone.
Do you remember your first game and what that was like for you?
Yeah, on the road versus Tech.
Oh.
Got down 20-0 in the blink of an eye.
Jeez Louise.
But you came back and won.
Came back and won. That's right. Tech fans forget,
You just let them know.
Well, I'm 1-1 versus Tech. They just...
The last game is what they want to talk about.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
But yeah, I think you could see that, hey, the mind was moving fast for him. And especially early on, you never know what you're going to get out of a quarterback who's making his first big start on the road.
To that
Fundamentals looked out the window, dude. It was crazy, some of the throws he made.
To that point, other quarterbacks, you had Garrett Nussmeier go into Clemson and help engineer a win. We had Lenore Sellers here in Atlanta in the Aflac kickoff. South Carolina got it done. There have been some quarterbacks and Tommy Castellanos, what he did against the Alabama defense. You had some quarterbacks who had some talk going into the preseason or into the regular season week 1 who proved it and backed it up with their play Saturday.
The guy who got all the hype preseason was Arch Manning. The guy who probably should have got a majority of the hype in the SEC was Lenore Sellers.
Mm-hmm. That's not nearly as sexy, though, Hudson, as the Manning name, let's be honest.
Lenore Manning? Yeah. There you go. But seriously, I mean, a guy that played really well last year, but because it's an example of, do you watch the tape? Do you know what you're talking about? This is a guy who played really well last year. The people that cover the game and they know what they're looking at know that Lenore Sellers is probably one of the best quarterbacks coming into the year, and he had another great game Saturday against Virginia Tech. So, it was a fun opening weekend. I said this last week. I think this is what makes this year for college football, especially in the SEC, so unpredictable. Is like you're looking at Texas, you're looking at Georgia, you're looking over here, and you're going, man, that quarterback hasn't played a lot. That guy's only got 2 career starts. That guy's got 3 career starts. And you don't know quite what you're going to get.
Miami looks like they're back. Florida State looks like they're back. So you got some stuff kind of brewing in and around college football.
What'd you make of Carson Beck afterwards? Because a lot of people not happy with what he was saying post-game, emotional. I didn't take it that he took a shot at Georgia, but the broadcast sure was taking shots at Georgia like he was treated crappily.
Well, the one thing that stood out to me, the one comment that stood out to me was he said Miami has taught him to love football again.
See, he didn't say that. The lady asked him that, and then he responded.
What do you mean?
She said, you said that Miami made you love football again, but I never heard him say that.
Well, she's not making stuff up, dude.
She could be.
No.
Well,
he said it's a true brotherhood. I love playing with these guys. Listen, he feels maybe he feels like he's in a better place. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't think that I don't remember who the reporter was, but whoever said that, I don't think that she would put words in his mouth on national television right in front of him if he didn't say it in a production meeting or something.
Miami,
and so
it's Taylor McGregor.
Okay.
Taylor was on the other side, though. It was Molly McGrath.
Okay. She's a pro. He left Georgia probably hating football and probably not having much fun. I mean, if you think about how he left last year, even after winning the SEC title game, I mean, he was I don't want to say treated unfairly. That's not the right way to put it. But
it's the nature of the business.
Georgia fans just turned on him super quick.
Yeah.
And very quickly. And
there's a lot of rumors about the way he conducted his business and didn't show
leadership.
Yeah.
A lot of social media narratives, right?
Yeah.
Like, are they true? Are they not? You know, I like to call them the Meemaw and Pat Paul narratives at Waffle House. You know, where, hey, Meemaw said this and Pat Paul said this, and it's like, what are we doing here?
That's more than reporting sometimes, the way it sticks with fans. Lastly, what's to be expected? Week 2, the Governors of Austin Peay come in. We saw Ryan Puglisi get in late in the game. He was 5 of 8. Is this a game where he gets more?
I didn't come in studio to break down Austin Peay, Georgia.
No. My point is,
Really?
You put up 45 week 1, so now you know some things. I'm thinking you should put up 55 or 60.
Oh, my God. Give it a rest.
And give Ryan Puglisi more opportunities to operate the offense. What do you think we should see from the Dogs week 2?
I would like to, all of that, sure. What do they play, 3:30? I've got my clock set to another 3:30 in 2 weeks. That's what I got my clock at.
This is over already.
In Knoxville.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm looking forward to.
All right, well, good stuff. We look forward to talking to you next week. And you always give us great insight on the Dogs and the quarterback position. He is former Dog quarterback and lifetime member of the locker room. He is Hutson Mason. He joins us every week here on the Fan 680 93.7 FM.